Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and week 7 of the van build. I'll be very happy when these are not in my face anymore. Uh-oh. Well, I may have to wait on this. So in today's video, I'm going to be working on my ceiling. I'm wanting to do shiplap. However, in this process, I'm going to try to save a little bit of money. I've been out shopping for some shiplap, and the price range I'm seeing for it is around $10 to $15 per board, per 8-foot board. So what I think I'm going to do, I think I can get that price down to about $3 to $4 a board if I'm willing to do some work. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy 2 4x8 sheets of 1/2-inch plywood and then rip those down to about 6-inch width and use those as my shiplap boards. I'll rip them down, sand them down, and paint them. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to look, but I'm definitely on a budget, and if I can save a little bit of money, that'll be perfect. So I've already bought the boards, so I'm just gonna go and rip them down now, get them sanded and painted, and then I can get them installed, and also get my lights installed, which I'm very excited about. Right now I'm using a shop light, and when I'm driving around, it clangs around a lot, so I'll be excited to get that out of here. Okay, so first of all, I'll be very happy when these are not in my face anymore. But I have the boards cut, I've got them all sanded down, and I've got them painted. And right now, my van is a complete mess. I'm definitely gonna have to clean my bedding tomorrow because I've got a piece up here right now, which I'll flip the camera around in a minute and show you. But I can already tell that I'm gonna be getting wood shavings and stuff all over my bed, so I'm gonna have to clean, so I'm gonna have to wash all that tomorrow also. But let me flip the camera around and show you what everything's looking like right now. Okay, I had to pull the headliner down a little bit in order to get the boards up underneath it. I have this board running right directly in the middle. I wanted to get this temporarily put up. I'm gonna have to trim it, so I'm gonna have to pull it down tomorrow. But I wanted to get it up in the middle and get my hole drilled so that I know exactly where the middle is of my ceiling. I had to pull out the cabinet so that I have plenty of room to work in here. And then my bed is just a mess right now. So I'm gonna pull all this off tomorrow after I get the ceiling in and get everything washed. As you can see, obviously, I don't want the board, I don't know if you can tell very well or not, but I don't want the board to go over the fan, so I'm gonna have to trim it, but I'm gonna do all that tomorrow. So today was a pretty big day, but tomorrow's gonna be a big day also. I think once I get these ceiling panels up, it's going to completely change the look of the inside of this van, and I'm so excited to see what everything looks like once I get it up. So tomorrow I'm going to screw in the ceiling panels all the way across the ceiling, and I'm also going to drill the holes for the lights and get the lights wired in, put in the ceiling, and then hooked up so that I can start using them. I went, and I don't have it out here right now, I went yesterday and bought a dimmer switch for it, so I'll be able to hook that up tomorrow as well. So for the rest of the night, I'm just going to hang out, get some rest, and then tomorrow the ceiling is going up. Perfect. And they work, thank goodness. Now I'm ready for it to get dark outside so I can see how much this lights up my van.
Awesome.
Perfect. Okay. Alright, so it's the next day and I have light. It brightens it up quite a bit in here after it gets dark. I didn't get my camera out last night, but tonight I'll be sure to get it out so I can show you all exactly how bright it is in here when it's dark outside. But I am very happy with these 6 lights that I've put in. Also, the ceiling, I have some screw holes in here. Last night I put some silicone over them, and then I'm going to paint over those today, and hopefully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, hopefully that looks halfway decent. But the rest of the ceiling, I am very happy with how this turned out. I really like the look of it. It's not, the wood has some imperfections in it, which I don't mind at all. I think that gives it character, and I love the look of it. So if any of you like this look and are considering doing this over the regular shiplap boards to save a little bit of money, I strongly recommend it. But now what I've got to do is I've got to connect the switch to my lights. I bought a dimmer switch, so I'm going to go ahead and get that hooked up real quick. Okay, so I've got everything hooked up now. Before I tape everything off, I'm going to make sure it's working. I was supposed to leave the positive line completely connected, and I accidentally cut it. But I used a connector and connected them back, so that's not a problem. And then I've connected all the other lines. This line is if I have two switches, which I don't, so I just capped this one off. And then I have the ground connected to the frame of my van. So now I'm going to turn everything on and make sure it works. Uh-oh. Well, I may have to wait on this. I'm not sure what's going on. Only the first light is turning on. Okay, so I'm going to have to wait on the switch. When I hooked it up, only one of the lights would come on, and it was just barely on. It was very dim. It didn't matter if I moved the dimmer up or down, it stayed the same. So obviously I had it connected wrong, so I just took it off and put the wires back exactly like they were. So I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on that because I don't want to cause a problem and potentially cause a fire or whatever. This switch says that it's up to 150 watts. And each of these lights are only 3 watts, so I know that's not the problem. Now, I'm no expert on this, so if any of you all know how to hook these dimmer switches up, let me know. I did a little bit of research on it when I hooked it up, and I thought I did it right, but obviously I didn't. So I'm going to wait on this, do a little bit more research, and make 100% sure that I get it hooked up right, because I don't want to cause a problem and burn my van down. That would be awful. So I think that's where I'm going to leave you all this week. I've still got a couple of boards I've got to put up on the ceiling, the end pieces, but they're out drying right now because I've put a coat of paint on them. So once those are done drying, I'll get those up, and I'm also going to paint the screw holes as well, and I'll be sure to keep you all updated on what those look like. All right, so it's dark out now, and you can see these 6 lights give off plenty of light. They came with 8 lights, and at first I thought about putting 8 lights in here, and then I decided just to go with the 6. And I was a little bit worried about how bright it was going to light up my van. I was afraid that it wouldn't be enough, but I'm very happy with the amount of light that it provides. Now, if I can only get my dimmer switch hooked up, everything will be perfect. One other thing I wanted to mention, though, before I ended this video is this back section back here. I stopped the ceiling right here. And the reason for that is because I have to do some more support pieces for the fan back there. And also when I put the solar panels on the roof, I'm going to have to drill down and run the wires down through the roof. So I've just left that open until I get all that done, and then I can finish up the ceiling at that point. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. It seems like every project that I get done, it looks more and more like home instead of just a van, and I'm so excited for it. I have a pretty big trip planned, and I've got less than 2 weeks to get the things that I want to get done before that trip to get those done. So I've really got to stay focused on this build. But thanks again for watching this video, and I will see you next Tuesday. So,
what's the problem with your head there?
Oh.
You feeling all right?
You walked right in front of that camera when I know it's too late now. Just as I was pushing that in there. You walk right in front of it. Can you push the record button to turn it on?
The what?
The record button.
Oh, you wasn't recording?
No, I was, but I need the recording to stop.
Oh.